Well, we are fighting live. It's the final night of the season for both championships, so let's get going.
We are here for final quali session of the season, where we are focusing on top 3 teams for their quali position, and it's very important for Charles Leclerc and Danny Bridley, as you can see, are completing for World Driver Championship against Lando Norris, who are leader, and World Constructor Championship, which are at the moment lead by Mercedes, and it all come down to this.
As you can see, there's the mountain of pressure on Charles Leclerc and myself. Of course, you can see in the component. Don't worry about what I've done in there. I was switching the things around for the practice section going forward to this long plan qualifier. But of course, top three teams stayed at McLaren at the market during the final race of the season. And I am 20 points behind Charles Leclerc to Lando Norris. Apologies. And Lando Norris is 18 points ahead of Charles Leclerc, so I have to have a win, and Charles needs to be out of point for me to beat him. And of course, he can also finish, basically at best, is P8, and Charles Leclerc needs a P2 finish with a fastest lap point or a win. Of course, bottom 5 is Fatty, Behrman, Albon, Doe, Matt Verstappen is out. So with Charles Leclerc, if he gets the second place, no fastest lap, he will be tied with Lando Norris, but Lando will still win, but he has the most win this season out of Lando Norris and out of Charles Leclerc and me, I believe. So Lando needs basically just finish in point. Charles Leclerc needs the fastest lap and a second place or a first place of tour. And the bottom 5 for 2-2 is Jacqueline, Fittipaldi, Trinona, Hulkenberg, and Kevin Magnussen are out. So, of course, we have this bit nervous moment because this qualifier specifically to potentially define how the race will come along. So I need to make sure I get the best possible time, which I didn't anyway. But that's because I'm on the older tyre wear, so I put the brand new one. I actually need medium tyre in Q2 because I want to save the stock tyre for Q3, which of course is going to pay off because I have now got 1.5 second delta time, which is really positive. So hopefully I can either get a pole or just be ahead of Lando Norris. And I got P3 lead time ahead of Lando, but in watching him in live timing, as you can see my time just underneath with Lando, who currently in sector lane. He got a slipstream helping him out, but is that going to put him in really strong position or not? I believe he's on the older tire, so it might not be a much help for Lando Norris, but you never know. F1 always surprised us, so Lando Norris is going to cut the line. He gets 1 minute 22, so it's definitely not anywhere near me to that Joe, with Joe looking completely on pole. Hamilton second with me in third, Lando fourth, and other championship driver Charles Leclerc is pieces. So let's see how it's gonna go.
We are here for final race of the season at Yas Marina, where we had many champion decider. Notably one is of course Vettel and Fernando back in 2010, and Lewis Hamilton with Max Verstappen in 2021. And we now got another one between Charles Leclerc, Danny Bridley and Lando Norris.
Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit is made up of 3.28 miles of track, featuring 16 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 5 and turn 7 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Daniel completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Stroll, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Perez, Fittipaldi, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Gasly, Albon, Behrman, Vesti, Sainz, Sonoda, Magnussen and Zhou Guanyu. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson.
I don't know about you, Ant, but it seems like only a couple of weeks ago we were talking ahead of the first race. Here we are, ahead of the last race. This year has just flown by.
Yeah, a lot of races to cover these days in Formula One, Crofty, as you well know, doing them all yourself. But it's the same for the drivers. It comes at you thick and fast, and you've got to pace yourself as well to get to this point in the season. If it has gone your way, it's a great time to just enjoy it. There's nothing that can change in the championship pecking order, of course. If you've won the championship already, go out and enjoy this race and send yourself off through the winter break. If it's been a bit of a year to forget, you can try and take a bit of solace in this Grand Prix, end on a high and carry that energy into next season.
Right, well, it all comes down to this then, doesn't it? You're still in with a shot at the Drivers' Championship, the biggest prize in this sport. So get out there on track and come back with that trophy.
So as you can see, Lewis Hamilton has been dropped to P10 really are, has now moved up to P2, completing a final knockdown alongside George Russell, who's still, unfortunately, on the pole, with Lando Norris now moved up to third place. So I had to think about him now. So I need to make sure I get really good time and no more try to be ahead of George Russell. So I had to hope we can actually pull that off, and hopefully George Russell will be a much better team player compared to what he did in Qatar. He was not a good team player, so hopefully he can help us down today. And Abu Dhabi hoping to help me to achieve my long life dream to be a world champion at the 500, like it now underway at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. George Russell had the sparkly start. I think they have the better start, and I send it on the inside, taking all the advantage of opportunity for the opening, and I've taken it, and now on the lead. So I needed that to be able to try to pull away if I can against Lando Norris. But unfortunately, my teammate George Russell, who's obviously not feeling happy to what happened in the last race, I hope he's not taking that over into Abu Dhabi, because I needed help to help me to achieve my championship. But looks like George Russell is not doing that at all. He went for the move on the inside, had to leave him some space, because I don't want no tension to have any more damage. I can't bear any damage going forward, so I'm still managed to keep my lead defending against George Russell, but he's gone back new again, so I have to shift over to the left, hoping to take the move on the inside of George Russell, but looks like I can't quite do it. I'm staying behind George Russell all while we got Lando Norris breathing down my neck as I send it on the inside of George Russell in shot to taking back my lead, but I'm hoping we're not having this constant fighting that I've been losing rapidly of time, so I don't want to be doing that, so I need to try and just pull away if I can to George Russell, who clearly is the fastest man right now, along with Lando Norris, who is looking to it, but before we got Charles Leclerc in P4, he might be able to get involved and cause some issue with Lando Norris, who's currently P5, George Russell on the inside. He's going to send it or not? No, he doesn't, but he stayed really close with me, made a very small contact. He's now side by side, but unfortunately he's going to get the other, which means Lando Norris is also going to get one, as he will be overtaking me, and that is not good. I need to get my position back ahead of Lando Norris. Small contact once again with George Russell. Lando trying to take the lead on the inside to try to get it done. George Russell remain in the lead. Lando shifted over to the right, I shifted over to the left, make it 3 wide. George in the middle, me going through the inside, get myself back in the lead once again. Lando Norris and George Russell are now side by side. Hopefully George Russell will remain ahead of Lando Norris, but it's Norris overtake me at any point while being in second place, get the lead, he will pull away very easy, I have no doubt about that. But thankfully George Russell defended and kept him behind. thank God for that. For George Russell, for talking going down the order. Max Verstappen, who obviously had no penalty. He's been moved up position to multiple drivers had the penalty. He's currently P12, but showing no sign of pay for Matt, reinforcing for Matt Verstappen to be back on board with George Russell, who's continuing having, the pressure onto me. He's trying to get this other, and I'm actually starting to feeling really nervous. But if this is the third time I'm actually that close achieving the championship, the last time I had that Mercedes to at the Aston Martin, but it wasn't at close at this season one at George Russell is now taking back the lead once again. It looks like it's going to be back to fourth type of the fight, unfortunately. All while Charles Leclerc is the only guy that has not been involved in the fight. He's pretty much just kept himself back. I know he's thinking something going to happen in front of me, because George Russell and I are not having that good friendship. So we are heated up, being really tough rival, and Charles Leclerc might have the thought in his head thinking, yeah, they both gonna make some mistakes for sure, while Lando Norris might be the bystander in this whole issue, and hopefully that will help Charles Leclerc. But for me, I do not want to lose out any chances of winning my championship. But unfortunately, George Russell still has got the fastest lap. He definitely is the fastest man right now. Going forward a bit more into the other zone, George Russell is going to the other. He's going to go for the move, and I do not, as I try to squeeze Lando Norris, obviously trying not to put him straight into the wall, of course, as I both quite late on the outside, getting rid of Lando Norris, but had quite a bad exit that going to hurt me quite a lot. But unfortunately, I've got the other, and get the slipstream a little bit of George Russell, which helped me to stay away from Lando Norris. I tried to take the tighter turn to my favourite area to overtake it there, where I go on the inside and take the move done, but unfortunately it didn't really quite pay off anyway, so I stayed behind George Russell. But I had to also remind myself, do not push too much, but you can clearly see I am pushing really hard, so my tyre would get really bad, concentrated of it, which is not good, and I have now quite a lot of the time to George Russell, so it looks like nothing's gonna happen to me, but I have got a ballast underneath my car. So I got something underneath my car that's going to affect my performance. It tend to get out quickly. Lando locked up. Lando Norris had made a mistake. He locked down to P5. That is so unlucky for Lando Norris. That's going to help Charles Leclerc. But fortunately for him, the championship is still stand to Lando Norris. Right, Lando needs to forward up. I need more places to help Charles Leclerc, I believe. But that was a big mistake from Lando. He cannot afford that type of mistake at all. But unfortunately, in lap 7, we have got no DRS on George Russell to have now fallen back a bit of a time, which going to allow Charles Leclerc, who pulled a dummy moved over to the right. I can't believe I fell, but that move has landed. It now makes a move on the inside. I am completely defenseless against the DT, but luckily I fought my way though and re-overtake the podium on Lance Law. But I'm now closer to Lando Norris, and Lando is now going to make a move with 3-1. Lando Norris to the try to get on route, and Lando disappears somewhere. He was right next to me, and now he's disappeared. Don't know where he went. Lando Norris has now moved up a position up to P4. Now I'll have to deal with him, and I can't seem to try to catch up to Charles Leclerc nor George Russell, but luckily I have the DRS on Charles Leclerc. He might get lucky and get the overtake on Charles Leclerc, but the championship might actually be over for me. I need a win to get the championship and that win it's gone to George Russell at the moment, so I might not get my dream, but this dream is still alive for Charles Leclerc to get his third world champion. And of course, all the fans who supported Charles Leclerc is going to be happy about that. We're on board with Matt Verstappen. We've rarely spoken about Matt throughout the season. It has been very unlucky, but of course, we turn our attention back to me. I done went for the move on the inside, laying myself low and try to get ahead of Charles Leclerc, of course, giving it with the elbow. And I obviously mentioned it before. I do not care about giving elbow. I need to win. I'm going to do everything in my power to stay up in P2 because there could be a chance George Russell might get the end up to got the hope for that. And I had a little wobble like that. You can see in lap 11 that is going to cost my time a little bit. Charles Leclerc, who actually tried to make a move to the twice really about it, but it didn't matter because he's going to get the other also Lando Norris to get the other. A nice sweet Charles could not do nothing. Like the move, Lando Norris made the contact. Lando Norris had made the contact with the back of my car. Had they got a broken wind damage or not? I have now locked the position down to P. Unfortunately, almost locked it to Lando Norris, but Norris did go back to me. I don't know who thought would that be. I've been looking right back at my car. Looks like Lando Norris has now got a broken wind damage. That it's not good for Lando Norris. Maybe he should come in this lap and put a new front wind on, but around here, I'm thinking about coming in this lap as well to put a hard tyre on, but of course I have no clue what happened to Lando Norris. I shifted over to the right and I would move out of the way of Charles Leclerc to try to get the outside line. I didn't know that Lando Norris was that close to me and I unfortunately made the contact, so I might put my hand up there, sorry. But I don't know who thought it would be. You can let me know the comment who thought that here, as I had now gone into the pit. I put a hard tire and actually got the fastest pit stop 2.3 compared to the original pit stop time, which is 2.4. That is just a happy day. I can take something positive out of that one. But George Russell, as you can see, 4.5 seconds. He is on fire right now, and Charles Leclerc is pulled away from Lando Norris, who now got Lando. It's now gone for the move on Lando, who's unfortunately had the broken wind damage, and he's pretty much might have fallen out of the order. Because in the last race in Qatar, he actually had that broken wind damage, so he won't rapidly fall out of the order unless he come in and put a brand new wind on, which is something he needs to do. And Esteban Ocon is the next driver, hoping to make Lando Norris to be his victim, potentially with Pellet P6, Piastri in P7. There's something weird going on with Piastri. He has not been a very top competitor. I mean, with McLaren, who's doing quite quick this season, Piastri was not on the same level as Lando Norris. So is there a little bit of a difference between Piastri and Lando? Who knows? But of course, Lando Norris at the moment still got the chance for the championship. He just needs to make the right call, which is coming in and put a new front wind on so he can actually stay in play, because Charles Leclerc, he's currently second place, but I don't know about now. He's actually P12. Did not see that. Charles Leclerc is behind me. We got George Russell. It's now gone in. But of course, I obviously pitted really early on. That was because I'm hoping for undercar. George Russell has been held up by Lance Stroll. George has been held up. I have now joined the top the line for lap 15, hoping I can catch George Russell, who right now, until he leaves the bridge, George Russell is now coming out of that bridge. You can see me coming out behind to try to catch him. Unfortunately, it did not happen. But I'm now close to George Russell, and I will get this other. So there's an opportunity. I can go ahead and overtake George Russell and try to get a win and remain in P1 while George Russell could maybe help me out if he can. Right now, at this stand, will win the Construction Championship. I went for the move, and now the hour start got a fantastic break in. I don't know how I pulled it off. well ahead and tasted the lead, but unfortunately George Russell got the other. Adar squeezed him a little bit, hoping to force him to back out. Did not happen. George is now back in the lead. It's going to be constant back and forth one again between me and George Russell, and that will help Charles Leclerc get close to Adar, send it on the inside so that I'm not missing the opportunity. And I obviously like going for the gap. That is 60, so that is what I always do. So that's what I've done. Hopefully, this time around, I will make in the lead. It might not happen to George Russell. Cleaning is the fastest Matador, and now got the fastest lap, which is good. Really positive to see that, but Charles Leclerc is now really close to me, and we now side by side with George Russell, who is going to get the other, and it's a lot closer. It might, get the move done, and I might lose my position to Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc has got the other, so I don't need to worry about Charles Leclerc, so that's good. So now we've got the other, so hopefully at this time I will try to get myself ahead of George Russell. Really bad at it. Coming out of that corner did not work out for me, but I'm now 5 tenths behind Charles Leclerc, and they're not closer right now. Hopefully we can overtake George Russell, and I'm actually thinking, really nervous, because as they stand right now, I'm not going to win championship. Charles Leclerc is not going to win the championship because he's 3rd place, which means 3 points behind of Lando Norris, and I don't know where Lando is at the moment. He is P10. Lando Norris is in P10. He got Matt Verstappen behind, and I'm assuming Lando did not pick for the new fun win. Matt is going slow. Matt Verstappen is going slow. Is that the way to bring out Stephanie car or anything? It looks like it might not happen. I don't know. I think going off in a runaway area. A very safe idea. So it looks like nothing is going to come out. Unfortunately, the I to put a medium tyre on, that'll be a bit help. So Matt Verstappen is out of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, ending the miserable season early on. He might go home and go to sleep. Maybe think about it, career move potentially. George Russell, surely Charles Leclerc getting closer. Me can't do nothing about George Russell. I'm struggling against George Russell, and I can't understand why I am struggling with George Russell. I've got no message from my engineer about my problem with the car at the moment. So I don't know, I got lots of power. What might do, I don't know. So don't forget, I couldn't risk put a brand new part on to rob the order massively. So I don't know what is the issue with the car at the moment. I think it's just not in the best form I think want it to be. I think Charles Leclerc is continuing putting pressure. George Russell keeping me behind. Lando Norris unfortunately can't do anything about his race. He needs to come in. I've been saying it multiple times. He just needs to come in. But we're on board with both Williams, who now are fighting with each other for that P6. Ocon Albon has been fantastic all season long. There's been some unlucky moments for them, but of course they are trying to make sure there's no unlucky moment as they got really close with the battery just back there. Whitney now putting pressure on George, sent it on the inside again. Looks like that move is one of my favourite moves to do, and it always pays off leading us. There's always a gap on that inside line. George Russell always go out quite wide, so that's just for me to be able to find that gap to go for the move. So hopefully, at this stand right now, I will win the Lava Championship. But of course, Lando Norris compete at the moment. I'm expecting him to fall out of the order, so that's why I think I will win at this stand. But don't forget, we've got Charles Leclerc. And Charles Leclerc, he will obviously be the quickest man as well, but he got involved in the fight at the moment. At George Russell, he now made a move, made a small contact. He now side by side. Quickly to mention, Lando Norris is in P12 right now, but unfortunately, I've looked back to P2. Charles Leclerc is going well up the P2. Might get the move on George Russell. I thought I went really late on the braking, made the contact with George Russell. Luckily, no van wing damage. I don't know how that happened, but Charles Leclerc is second place right now and will win the Driver Championship. I need to be ahead of him, and George Russell Lando is out to play. The championship is very much on, and I pulled off the side by side of Charles Leclerc. Can't seem to get myself ahead, and I moved over to the inside line, overtaking Charles Leclerc. Went quite a bit, a little bit deep, but I managed to stay ahead of him and try to close the gap on George Russell so I can lose the other distinction point on him. I need to make sure I stay close to him and overtake him basically hopefully a final lap and hold that lead for as long as I can. But we are entering the lap 23. Now another hit now up to P14, but unfortunately I've now lost so much time to George Russell, almost 2 seconds, and I'm now dropping back to P3. With Charles Leclerc has now moved up to P2, and he will currently going to win this Driver Championship. I went a little bit too deep on the braking, and I lost a lot of the time, and that is not going to help me out to try to close the gap on Charles or George Russell and take anything to the come out like of safety car, which is something I am ready for right now. We've got the live timing with Lewis Hamilton, who were out P10 really. He now made a progress up to P8, fighting alongside the Williams. He's having really good battle with Esteban Ocon. He's now ahead of Esteban Ocon up in P8. He's now going to get the chance to chase down Alex Albon, potentially for P7. If Albon doesn't really good job defending, he'll be able to stay on that position of tour with Sergio Perez. It's P6 right now. He's chasing down the Piastri, and I can't lie, the Audi of Sergio Perez looked really impressive with Lance Stroll. Currently P4 right now, having a really calm racing. He's not very much involved in any form of fighting like that. Unlike me, who's been involved in fighting with Lando, Charles and George, and I'm now locked a lot of the time, still got the Zara, but the chance of me be able to catch Charles Leclerc before he's too late is very low, and Charles Leclerc, he's currently got the fastest lap. He's going to win the Driver Championship right now if the race ended, but he's jumped forward to lap 27 right now. Charles Leclerc pulls away when looking at the replay of Lewis Hamilton had overtaken Alex Albon back to lap 24. Really easy move for Lewis Hamilton of his teammate Lance Stroll. He's now behind me, and you can see the pace has gone. The pace is gone from Mercedes, and that is not good. Well, for me actually to George Russell, it nearly 3 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc is second place with the 18 points on top and the fastest lap. He got this Driver Championship at the moment. Lance Stroll is putting loads of pressure, which he actually allowed the Piastri to catch up to me and maybe take the fights for the podium as Lance Stroll have moved up for that final spot in the podium. I know my championship is over, but I'm not giving up that podium spot. There's something nice about that podium, and I want to stay on that podium and of course stand on top with George Russell, celebrating the Construction Championship if we survive, of course. I'm getting closer to Lance Stroll, trying to put him in a little bit of pressure, trying to fire the speed to get on the inside, to try to find that spot on 40. I sent it inside of Lance Stroll. There's nothing more like it where I can send it as the corner and it pays off. Bit of a bitch slide, of course, I can admit that. Made a little mistake coming out of that exit, obviously, but I still survive anyway. As Charles Leclerc is now going to lap 28, really trying to chase down George Russell, but he's got no pace to complete the agenda like of George Russell. That is for sure. George is looking really quick, and I'm actually quite impressed how he managed to do that. He was not a team player for me in the past 2 races at all. He was not a team player, so I don't know why he's not being like that. He should be helping me out that is not the case anymore, as Lancelot is now making another move again in the dialect don't meet up to people. I'm tired of letting boys I know I will get the dialect of Lancelot, so that doesn't bother me too much anymore, as Hamilton is now closed up on Sergio Perez and at the Piat. You have support from Perez, which I forgot to mention, and Hamilton might have a chance to get the move on Sergio Perez at all. When another else starts, Sweden Lancelot might a little bit unsportsmanship move on that, but I believe, and I will put my hand up for that. But I was already obviously frustrating with how the latest one. I'm actually trying to figure out what is happening with the car. I'm going to be talking to my team principal about why I did not win the driver championship. I got the bigger chance, but it's George Russell is now leading from the final lap with Charles Leclerc is second place. He needs to hold on to that second place of tour. He cannot lose that fastest lap, or otherwise his championship would go to Lando, who currently down in P18. Absolutely shocking race for Lando, and I don't know who is at fault for that move. That was my fault or Lando. We need to judge that when we're going to the next season of tour. We got the moment of Lando with the Diallo. He now tried to make a really good pressure onto me. I had to try the main time if I can. Lando had moved up to P. The other tried to break a little bit late. Try to put pressure on Lando. Lando went up in the air. Really bad at it for Lando. He definitely got some damage on his underfloor, which now can see at the piazza. He's now putting the pressure on Lando, going side by side. Also, Hamilton recently had made a move on Sergio Perez, who knocked the move or locked his plate. Alex Albon, slower, and Piastri is battling for that fourth spot. I have now got my third place. George Russell is going out to that final corner. He's seen the touches for and he win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc is now your new world champion. Charles Leclerc is now a world champion, and I finish in third place. The unfortunate team so close for that championship, but unfortunately didn't achieve it. But we won the Construction Championship and our Tartan plane.
And with that, another year of Formula One draws to a close and a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers. Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
Well, great victory today for the final race of the season, and you take that energy with you through the end of the year, through the winter break, and it's important because your team lives off of that. You want them to deliver you the best possible car for the start of next season's campaign.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Oh, what a finale! What a finale! George Russell, absolutely well done to him. You know what? I don't know hate for George Russell. He deserves it. Charles Leclerc starting me there. Charles Leclerc won the World Championship by 1 point, and I managed to get close by 6 points. That it very close back to the season. I'm very impressed by that, and I've thought we won the Construction Championship 3 points ahead of Ferrari, and I know Ferrari actually got the closest chance of it, but did the drive there and race exactly was not involved in the fight. And the only way for them to win the construction is that I and George had to be really low down point or out of point. Really, that's the only way that Ferrari should be involved and win the Construction Championship. But the season has finished. The season is finished, and well done, Charles Leclerc. How you guys feel about Charles Leclerc winning the World Championship? I guarantee you are absolutely happy about that. So I'm going to end it here and wait for the next season of Tour. So thanks for watching. Please like and dislike my video. Do you love it? I appreciate it, and peace out.